Hi, this is Paul from Global Trading Software, and this is a training video for futures day trading, and I used ZB in this example. This is from yesterday actually. I was tracking this trade and it was very good, and it's a combination. It's using our day trading bundle, but we're looking on multiple time frames as I'd like to do. This is a standard sort of setup for me on the chart, where we've got the 5-minute chart on the left, 15 top right, 30 bottom right. So as we can see yesterday on the top right on the 15-minute, we had a crab pattern form in the automated completion zone there, and we'll look at that in a little bit more detail now. So what happens is we get the completion in the completion zone. Now I believe, yes, I can just play this back just to show you. No, I can't play it back because it's on futures. It doesn't allow me on the playback. The idea is this each time we get these slightly new highs, the D pivot reprints and it finally completes in the completion zone here. But I have some major support here with this A pivot and C pivot here, so I don't want to be going short until I've cleared this trouble, if you like. Short into support is no good. Now backing up this on the 30-minute, we have a bat pattern complete right at the tip of that auto completion zone as well. So on two different time frames we've got harmonic patterns completing. Now it's great that we get that, and we are looking for shorts. The harmonic patterns are printed in red, indicating the resulting trade is short. But where's our entry got to be? Where's our extra confirmation? Now we use the divergence cloud for confirmation, and we can see the red down arrows on both 30 and 15-minute there, giving us that confirmation. But I want to go down a time frame just to show you where I get further confirmation and how I initially start managing this trade. So remember, this is that same support and resistance zone here from the 15 and 30-minute. At the tops, or just after the pivots of that those D pivots on the 15 and the 30, on this 5-minute time frame I get my 5 and 6 star XBRAT sell signals. Not only that, I get the divergence cloud giving me that confirmation of those divergences moving apart, the volatility going bearish, and this is all a good sign. So for me, those initial signals on the 15 and 30 to say, hey, you should be looking for a short here, that's why I use harmonics. It's one of those, hey, you should be looking for a trade here. So then I go down to the 5-minute. Sorry about that, real life phone ringing. So got that confirmation, got that signal on the 5-minute, and again always wanting that entry below that support and resistance zone. See how that momentum gathers really well here. So let's just go back to that 3 chart view now. So we're in this trade, get a great move down here to the next support and resistance zone, and then we come up, we don't even test. Now with the EMA cloud, we're going to set it on 34 on the 5-minute. Now this is quite conservative for the 5-minute, but don't forget we're actually really trading that 15 or 30-minute initial signal from the harmonic. So we want to be quite conservative how we manage this trade, in that we want to see if it give it enough room to push through and these support and resistance zones. Now the support and resistance zones, they're taken from those higher time frames, the 30-minute or the hourly, to give us those. So if we just go here and change that to the hourly, we can see here where I've got these support and resistance zone. Massive pivot just here, the big rejection, a big move up. That's got to be support and resistance. Further support and resistance we see here, we got double bottom here, and that gives us the zone, and then so on and so forth on the hourly. It's just about framing your charts for those future moves, if you like. So let's go back to the 30-minute here. So on the 30-minute time frame, my EMA cloud setting is 55. Okay, now that's quite conservative, but it gives it a lot of room. Gives you options as well, how long you want to trade this. On the 15-minute time frame, on the top chart there, we can see the EMA cloud is 34, but that's 34 on that time frame, 34 EMA on that time frame. So initially with that move, remember ZB is $32.50 per tick. Okay, so this is a big move. Okay, there's a lot of risk with this type of trade, but when ZB moves, this is a great trade. So the first thing is we've got the entry. We've discussed those initial signals on those higher time frames. We've come down to the lower time frames, got confirming signals and confirmation of those with the divergence cloud. We've got sensible entry, and then it goes parabolic. It hits the support and resistance zones that I've put on. It comes back up for a little pullback, and then goes short and breaks through to the next support and resistance zone. So initially we trail this where we get that little pivot pullback, and then we adjust that trailing stop there. And that trailing stop is around about 10 ticks. Okay, so that's $325 profit right there on that trailing stop. So then we continue down, and the main thing for me is once we've pushed through this next support and resistance zone and we hit the next one, we adjust a trailing stop just above this one, because in theory that should act as resistance. In fact, it didn't even push through, and then when we push through again here, we can go to this pivot here. It never breaks this 34 EMA, never closes up above the 34 EMA. So going into the evening, the European evening, and the afternoon in the US yesterday, we're locking in now 22 ticks, so over $750, about $750 profit there on this particular trade. Now, at this stage, you can make decisions. Okay, if we look at where this trailing stop is on the 15-minute, that's still quite aggressive. Okay, very, very aggressive, in fact. So moving forward, we can say, right, we've locked in $750 on this move right now. Do we continue to manage this on the 5-minute, or do we now go a little bit conservative on the 15-minute on the 34 EMA, wait for the EMA cloud to push through here, and then just manage the next pivot when the EMA cloud goes through there, and then so on and so forth. And then eventually, for me, that's where the trailing stop would be, just above this support and resistance zone. You see the EMA cloud go into that support and resistance zones. However, we get on the 15-minute that green triangle, which is saying, hey, there's some potential bullish divergence coming in here, you should be getting out. So conservative trade management here would still give you a reasonable amount of ticks profit. Okay, so we are talking 26 ticks there, so nearly $1,000 on this particular trade, and then that would be taken out. Now again, you can go very aggressive. We can see in here that we do get breaks of this 34 EMA a little bit low. It doesn't make that much difference. Once you've had that parabolic move and we start to find support, and you're using this multiple time frame strategy, we got those initial signals on the 15 and the 30-minute. Once you've got that parabolic move, you've got good profits locked in, switch to those 15 minutes and give it a chance. Give it a little bit more of a conservative chance. It does push down through here, and yes, there's probably $1,400 in there, and maybe when it found that triple bottom on the 15-minute, that would be an option for you to take that profit. For me, I always like to give it room. I'd rather accumulate $1,000 here, $1,000 there, than $1,400 and just hope that I'm at the lows. I'd rather let it run, see if it continues to go down. Now, this was a great trade, and it's a very, very simple strategy. Identifying those harmonic patterns, and again, they're all automatic with our day trading bundle, in that the harmonic pattern completes in the completion zone. We actually print that, and that's high probability. If that D pivot completes in that completion zone and it moves away, there's a high probability that resulting short trade will happen. But again, that would have been a very, very long end. The entry would have been around about 156.16. In fact, we did get that 156.24 because we moved down time frames, used the X-Brad algo short signals here and the divergence cloud confirmation to say, yes, this is going. This still is a good entry, but make sure you get below that support zone. And this, it's a simple strategy. You just got to be patient and follow the rules. First thing, do we get that harmonic pattern complete in the completion zone? If it doesn't, there's no trade. If it does, yes, go down the time frames now, look where those other signals and confirmations are coming from, get those sensible entries. I can't stress enough how important these support and resistance zones are. When we go to the 30-minute, we can see short-term support and resistance with these pivots here are very, very crucial. We want to make sure we're below there to go short, because these were rejections of a previous move to go down. So that short-term support and resistance is extremely important for that entry strategy there. And then moving down those time frames to see that momentum building, get those X-Brat, which are basically like breakout signals or reversal signals there, really giving us that confirmation. You've got to go for it, and then it's simply managing that trade, and that takes a little time and experience. But with those EMA clouds and watching all these training videos, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I try and make these training videos every single day, and every different types of instruments, time frames, different market conditions, different moves, different entry strategies, just to try and give you an idea. And after a while, you'll be like a sprinter. You will just repeat the same types of methods to get in using this great bundle of trading indicators for day trading futures. So hopefully that helps, and I'll speak to you all really soon.